So yesterday we stopped off, we did the first two problems following those directions that I gave you, that poster that I gave you that shows you the steps that you need to distribute, then you need to combine like terms, then you need to do variables on both sides, followed by getting rid of the constant and then getting rid of the coefficient or the divisor. So let's take a look at problem number 8. I'm going to zoom into problem number 8. Shush. What? Nope, I do not. I'm so sorry. So taking a look here at problem number 8, we start off with the very first step, talking about whether we have a distributive property. So do we have distributive property here? Yes, we do. We have distributive property right here. This is a -3 that needs to be distributed to the 4r and to that -8. We need to make sure that we distribute by doing what operation? Multiplication. So that means we're going to do -3 times 4r and -3 times -8. Aiden, do me a favor. The AC unit, somebody moved it. Can you push it all the way to the left? Thank you. All right, so -3 times 4r is going to give us a -12r. -3 times -8 is going to give us a +24. Okay, and the whole thing is still set equal to -36. So we followed through with that first step. That was the distributive property. So we distribute. Always, always, always. That's the first thing that you should be doing whenever you're looking at an equation. Can I distribute? If I can, I do it. The next thing to look for is combining like terms. Can I combine any like terms? No. -12r is not a like term with 24. And then on the other side, we just have one single value, -36. So there's no like terms to combine. So then we go on to step 4, because remember we don't have step 3, because we don't have variables on both sides. Step 4, do we have a constant? Yes. What's the constant? 24. Guys, you need to make sure that you're paying close attention, because some of you worry for today for the quiz. You're going to do the opposite operation. You are going to subtract 24 from both sides. So you're going to subtract 24 from 24. That can get boxed off. Then you're going to subtract 24 from the other side. So that's going to leave us with -12r still. Right? Nothing happened to that -12r. We still have an equal sign. And the -36 minus the 24 is a -60. Okay? Next step is to what? Divide. And we're going to divide both sides by -12. We're going to divide both sides by -12 so that we'll get r is equal to 5, a +5. R is going to be equal to a +5 because we went ahead and divided by -12. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at problem number 7 as well. Let's take a look at problem number 7. So for problem number 7, do we have distributive property? Distributive property, do we have it? Yes. That -3 can be distributed to the x and to the 2. So -3 times x and -3 times 2. -3 times x is a -3x, and -3 times 2 is a -6. So we get -3x minus 6. On the other side, we still have a 6. So it's 6 equals -3x minus 6. Do we have a constant? Yes. Right, we can't combine like terms. There's no combining of like terms, but we do have a constant. That -6 now turns into a +6. And then we add 6 to this side as well. That's going to give us 12 is now equal to -3x. What's our last step? Divide. We're going to divide both sides by -3. And what will x equal? What's 12 divided by -3? Benzie? No, Benzie, I'm sorry. Benz? -4. I'm so sorry. One of my friends, her son's name is Benzie, and it just made me think. Just said it real fast. Hey, Braxton, honey, stop cackling like a witch.
I called him Benzie too. And she's coming to take me.
Okay. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page. We're going to do some practice problems that are really close in relation to what you can expect to see on the quiz, so make sure that you are paying close attention. Okay, we have 5 times the quantity of x plus 6, then a plus 2x, and it equals 16. So again, follow the steps. What is the first step? Distribute. Everybody should be saying that right now because you're going to be doing this on your quiz. The first step is to distribute. So I'm going to write that off to the side. Distribute. Now, I know I need to distribute the 5. Here's where most of you make your mistake. You distribute the 5 to the x, but you forget to distribute it to everything inside the parentheses. You need to also distribute it to the 6. Do I have to distribute it to the 2x? No. Why not? It's outside of the parentheses. Okay, so that means we're going to do 5 times x, and we're going to do 5 times a positive 6. So once we've distributed, our simplified response to that distribution is going to be 5x plus 30, because it was a positive 30. I still have to bring the rest of the problem down, though. That plus 2x still has to come down, and then that equals 16 needs to come down. What's the next step to check for? If we have like terms. So we need to make sure that we combine like terms. And from now on, I'm not going to write it out as combined like terms. I'm going to just go ahead and shorten it to CLB. CLB, combine like terms. So if you see me write CLB, you know I'm talking about combine like terms. So combine like terms, what are my like terms that I can combine together here? 5x plus 2x. 5x plus the 2x. So I'm going to rewrite that where they're side by side, 5x plus 2x. 5x plus 2x is going to be equal to 7x. That plus 30 still has to come down in the problem. And the 16. Okay, we don't have any. Why are y'all's computers open? Close them. So our next step is to check and see if we've got variables on both sides, which we don't, because again, you guys aren't going to get to that yet. If we have time, we'll get to it later, but it won't be tested. So we now need to check for constant. Do we have a constant? Yes. What is it? 30. So we're going to subtract 30. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to subtract 30 from both sides so that we can cancel those 30s out. We're going to be left with 7x is now equal to a negative 14. Last step, divide by, there you go, divide by 7. So we're going to get x is equal to negative 2. It's just a process, guys, going through that checklist, and you've got that list that was given to you, and it was supposed to be glued into your notebook. You have that paper showing you step by step what you're supposed to do. Let's go on to another problem. One that's introducing a concept that we did before the interim, using angle relationships. So this angle relationship is called what? It is a right angle, but there's a relationship. It forms, it's not vertical. It forms a right angle, but the two angles paired together have what's called a complementary relationship. And here's a little way that you can remember it. So we know complementary is going to form a right angle. So if I say, God, you're always right, I'm giving you a compliment.
Oh.
Complementary forms a right angle. Complement, right, okay? I did. I said, hey, if you put them in order alphabetically, complementary comes before supplementary, 90 comes before 180. Okay, so that was another thing. All right, so complementary, you might want to write that down. Complementary is going to equal 90 degrees. Complementary is going to equal 90 degrees. So I write an equation and set it equal to 90. The equation that you write is just to take the first angle, which is 3x plus 8, and you're going to add it with the second angle, which is 37, and then set that equal to 90. 3x plus 8 plus 37 is equal to 90. Can we distribute? Yes or no, guys?
No.
No, there's nothing to distribute here, right? Nothing outside parentheses. So move this up 2. Can we combine like terms?
No, because there's only one.
No, we can't get the 8 and the 37.
There you go. The 8 and the 37 are like terms, right? It doesn't have to just be variables that you combine, guys. Like terms can also be numbers on the same side. Just plain simple constants on the same side. So we're going to combine like terms. Ooh, I don't know why I put a B instead of a T. Combine like terms. CLT, combine like terms. Okay, so 8 plus 37. 8 plus 37 is going to give us a positive 45. Remember, I'm writing a plus sign in front of it so that way it takes on an operation. So we get 3x plus 45 is now equal to 90. And then from here, it's just 2 steps, which you guys seem to have done so well on with your digital day assignment, so I can go through it quickly, right? We're going to subtract 45 from both sides. 90 minus the 45 is going to give us another 45. So now we've got 3x is equal to 45. Last step is to divide both sides by 3, and we'll get x is equal to 15. Okay, so again, when it forms that L shape, that's a 90-degree angle called complementary. You need to know what it's called. You just take both angles, set it up to be an addition problem, and set it equal to 90. Combine like terms if you can. Get rid of your constant by doing the opposite operation. Then get rid of your coefficient by dividing. Let's go to the next page, page 54. I've got 2 more problems, and then we'll get started on the quiz. Okay. What kind of angle relationship is this one? Supplementary. This is supplementary. Supplementary equals how many degrees? 180. Okay, so this is supplementary. This is equal to 180 degrees. So again, we take the first angle. Con, focus, stop bothering him. We take the first angle, which is 2x minus 4, and then we add it with the second angle, 62, and we set it equal to 180. Is there any distributive property? No. Is there any combining like terms? Yes. Very good. Thank you for saying -4. It is a -4. That minus sign has to be included with it. So it's like it's a -4. So -4 plus 62 comes out to a positive 58. A positive 58. -4 plus 62 is positive 58. And then that 2x comes down. So we have 2x plus 58. is equal to 180. What's the constant?
58.
58. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to subtract 58 from both sides. That'll give us 2x is now equal to 122. Last step?
Divide
By?
2.
Good. Divide both sides by 2, and we're going to get x is equal to 61. Okay, and the last example is a one-step equation that we've done so many times, but you guys still seem to mess up on it. So let's go over a practice problem like it. We have negative 4/9 is equal to 5 over 18x. Negative 4/9 is equal to 5 over 18x. What inverse operation needs to be performed here? Division. Look at the 15 over, or the 5 over 18 and the x. They are side by side, which means that they are multiplication. So the opposite has to be division. So that means we are going to divide both values, both sides, by 5 over 18. You guys tend to mess up and you'd say, oh, I'm going to divide by negative 4/9. Why are we not dividing by negative 4/9? How do you know which number you're supposed to divide by? Well, Gabriella is about to answer. Gabriella? It's the number that's attached with the x. You have to get x by itself. So the numbers that you're using are the numbers that are currently with x. You want to get x isolated, so you got to get rid of whatever is with the x value. So we're going to divide both sides by 5 over 18. Okay, so I'm going to divide this side by 5 over 18, and I'm going to divide this side by 5 over 18. Now, some of you are good about making sure to divide by the correct number, but you're not so good about setting it up correctly in your calculator. So in the calculator, who can raise their hand and tell me what order am I going to type this problem? Javen?
Negative 49 divided by 5 over 18.
Good. In your calculator, you'll put negative 4/9 first, then you'll hit the division button, and then you'll put 5 over 18. Okay? You have to make sure that you are not only just dividing by the right number, but dividing in the correct order. Okay? And that's going to give you x is equal to negative 8 over 5, but again, you have to convert it to a proper mixed fraction. A negative 1 and 3/5 would be the correct answer. Okay? What you're going to do at this time, you're going to open the computers. You're not going to log in. You're going to click on Apps and Secure SchoolNet Tester. Apps and then Secure SchoolNet Tester. Huh? Yes, you can use your notes. You can write on paper. You can even use your handheld calculator. You just have to get into the correct program.